This bass plugin right here is a monster. It's your guy Brahma, and in this video I'm gonna show you behind the scenes this how crazy this bass plugin is, man. And it helped me bring this track all the way to life. I didn't know where to go. I had the beat laid out, and then I got to this bass and it told me what to do. You want to use sounds that tell you what to do. Once you hear it, you know exactly where to go. It's actually going to go there for you. So let me stop talking and actually show you. I'm going to play you the beat. Before we get into that though, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Also to help us build this tribe, because that's what it's really all about at the end of the day. Okay, now I'm gonna play you this beat and we're gonna break down all these bass sounds that you can get your hands on and that you need in your arsenal, man. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so that's the beat, man. You heard the groove. I went straight to this Bigfoot bass to do the bass line because it just felt right, man. I knew that once I went to this plugin, I could find that grimy, gritty, real sounding live electric bass. I wanted it to sound like I had a session player come through with a Fender P bass. And so shout outs to the guy on the last comment that left me a comment asking about the Fender P bass. Have I sampled any? What I like to do is recreate them through synthesis, or I could. There's multiple ways. I could find a stock sound and just redesign it. Right, put the stank on it, put some amps on it, running through an amp, running through the analog gear to give it that fatness and that warmth that you're not going to get anywhere else. So that's exactly what I did with this plugin. Is I went through recreating a lot of different sounding basses, right? And some were from scratch, some were synthesis, some were just waves, right? One shots that I redesigned and resampled and spread across the keys and retuned and did all of that too. But I did everything I could to make them sound like real live basses. So we're gonna go through a few of them. This is the Burrower bass that I used. See how it has that stump on it? Right? Okay, now we're gonna go through a couple more just so you could hear what's going on with these basses, right? And I'm gonna just kind of funk around. And this Bigfoot bass comes with 80 basses in it right now, because you have the electric basses, which there's electric bass, and there's the synth basses, right? And then there's a swamp funk bass. So you're already coming in with 80 funky crazy bass sounds, because there's 30 electric bass, 30 synth bass, and then a swamp funk bass. And then you can buy 60 more with the funk lore expansion if you really feeling, if you're really feeling funky, you can do that. So I got it maxed out with what's that, 100 and so it's 140 bass lines in here, bass sounds in here that I currently have this maxed out at. Like I said, you could do the same if you'd like. The swamp funk bass, we're not sure how much longer we're gonna keep it in here though. So you might want to grab that ASAP. But okay, so we're gonna start with the back porch bass. These are all the electric basses. I'll go through the synth ones in another video. I just wanted to make sure I did a video with the live electric sounding basses for my guy who left a comment in the last video. right? And they all have different sounds and different textures. Some are going to sound a little synthy just because of the way that I program them. Some of them are going to sound a little more live and rugged just because of the way that they've been programmed. Boondocks. And there's a lot you could do too. So like I can go into mono mode. I got a lot of them in legato because I wanted to be able to slide the bass. But if you wanted to sound more like a pick bass, like a pluck bass, you could do that too by just putting them in mono mode. And you can put the glide on them too if you want them to stretch a little bit more. Some producers that came up in just the 808 age of basses think that you only put glides on 808 basses. No, you could put them on live sounding basses, electric basses, and synth basses too. That's what gives them that kind of that real rubbery kind of sound. So we got the Bramble bass. And that one sounds like a P bass, to be honest, if you really listen to it. And I'm playing some old school funky type joints, man. That's just my style. Um, Branch bass. Right? And I'm just freestyling some licks just to give you an idea. And we're gonna go to a random, let's see, Raven rock bass. Just so you know that there's no fluff in these sounds. Right? I'm just trying to get funky real quick, man. Razor wire bass. That sounds crazy. That's mean. Imagine that on like a boom bap type joint. Right? And let's go to another random one. High hollow bass. That's deep. That's real deep. And you could glide with them. That's what I'm saying, man. This ain't got the glide on, but you could slide it. Put the glide on with the legato. You got a crazy sounding bass. I remember when I sent Battlecat the Apeshyt bass plugin. This was the first bass plugin that I ever created, right? With the Apeshyt plugins. So this is like the big brother. Apeshyt bass is the big brother to this plugin. But this plugin to me is a lot more fleshed out because of the features and a lot more analog sounds. All the sounds in this plugin, every sound in there has been ran through analog channel strips. So you already have a superpower just by having this in your stash, because now you're using sounds that have been ran through big boy studio gear. So it's going to give your beats that sound automatically just by using these. Okay, so the fatness of these sounds are unmatched. I can even go ahead and add some distortion to this if I wanted to. If I wanted to add a little more bite, I could add some chorus to it. If I wanted it to sound like it's straight from a Parliament jam. Right, so let's take the distortion off and do it. Sound like Bootsy Collins just came up in this mug. Okay, so Mossfield, we going to random ones because I want you to know there's no fluff. That's crazy. Man, we can go on and on. We can go on and on. There's 30 of these mugs. Flashpoint bass. That's got like a subby feel, but you could hear the bite. You can actually hear the bite on that. It sounds like there's you can hear the fret. You can hear the note, the when you're walking the bass, it sounds like you're really walking a bass. I'm gonna tell you that there was a time when I got so crazy with making sounds sound real in Logic Pro that I had played this joint that I produced from an artist, and I played it to one of my big homies, right? I played him the song and he said, "Yo, did you play live bass on that?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I played that." It's because of the tone of the bass and the way that I was playing the lick. And this is coming from a producer who brings in live musicians, but he thought I had played that live, right? So I'm putting the same type of basses in here. That was at least 6 years ago when we had that conversation. So now I've upgraded my sound and my ability to make the sound sound a lot more real and to make them stand out. So when you're using these in your beats, you're gonna have producers asking you, musicians asking you, like, "Yo, who played that bass?" Hey man, Bigfoot played it. You feel me? Bigfoot played this bass. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that you got to know this plugin a lot more because you're gonna need this in your arsenal if you want those fire electric live sound and bass sounds in the stash, especially if you're doing boom bap, West Coast, shoot, even trap beats, man. There's trap beats that have that live bass sound. If you go back to like DJ Toomp and other legendary trap producers, they knew how to use that live instrumentation feel. And so everything's coming back to that, especially with AI and all this, auto generated stuff. And I'm not knocking it, but people are gonna start craving that live, that real, that raw sound again, more than ever now, because it's needed. And so that's why we created this Bigfoot Bass plugin. And it's Bigfoot Bass because, man, it's a rarity getting sounds like these, just like it's a rarity to see a sighting, right? To see Bigfoot running through the backwoods is going to be equivalent to getting basses like this all in one plugin like this, So I left the link in the description so you can grab this plugin for 40% off. Just go to the link and download it and start cooking up some of that heat with this plugin. If you're into real sounding sounds like guitars and things of that nature, check out this video right here where I show you this crazy guitar plugin that brought my R&B beat all the way to life, okay? Check it out right here.